everyone, welcome to the show. My name is Amanda Ostrander. I am a teacher turned homeschool mom, and this is Raising A to Z, a place where I talk about all things homeschooling. And today I'm talking about the things that I can do today to get us ready for a new school year next fall. We are getting close to wrapping up our 7th year of homeschooling, which is wild. And as, things start to slow down, activities start to kind of taper off, we're wrapping up the last unit in the next couple weeks, we're finishing our last novel study, we're getting all the last big things done for our school year. I'm also kind of in my mind starting to kind of plan for next year. And these are the things that I want to do now before we officially dive into summer so that I can start next year off on the right foot. And full disclosure, last September was our 7th year of homeschooling. I'm not a rookie at this point. Been doing this for a while. Last September, for a variety of reasons, was probably one of my most chaotic starts to back to school that we've ever had. And part of the reason was I kind of tried to coast my way through. We had a lot of things that happened over the summer. It was a very stressful summer. A lot of things going on. And so I was like, we don't need to I don't need to pre-worry about things. I don't need to stress about this. There's lots of things that I can just kind of do as we go. And that bit me in the butt, because when I say we had a really rocky September, just because I was on the back foot the whole month. So it took us a couple of solid weeks to get into the flow of homeschooling, which we've never had happen. We've never had that as our September start. We've always started strong and we taper at the end. This was the first time that we really had a hard time in September. And so I 100% account for that on my part, because it was 100% me. I was the one who wasn't prepared, and I was the one who didn't do the things that I normally do because we were dealing with other things. And it was my fault. And so I don't want to do that again. It really made September weird in not a great way. And so here are the things that I'm going to do now. And if I get them done now, then I can relax all summer, and then I can just get into school when it comes to September. So here's what I'm going to do now so that I am not on the back foot when September comes. Cool? So first thing I'm going to do, which I did do last year, but I probably should have done a little bit more intensely, do my planning. I have already listed there's videos of all our planning. It's all done. You can see it here. I have really made sure that we have a solid plan come September. Now, is my plan super detailed? Do I know exactly what we're doing on September 15th? No. That is a week by week, month by month problem. But I'm talking about in terms of having a general plan of what novels we're going to do, what books we're reading, what units and topics we're going to be studying. I've got the plan. I know what's happening in September. I know what's happening in January, rough idea. But that, I've got that planned out. And if you want to see that video, I'll put a link for it here. You can watch that. So I've done my planning. Check. We're ready for September. Having a detailed plan gives me the ability to kind of prioritize what I need to do later on. So I know that whatever unit I'm doing September, October, November, probably got to put a little more effort when it comes time to getting into it a little more deeply in the fall. I'm not trying to figure out what's happening or, I said, what units. I don't need to be oh, crap, I forgot to do this because I didn't realize that was the unit we're doing. I have a plan. The plan is set. We're good to go. The plan is done. Check. Moving on. The other thing I can do now, shop. Now is the time to shop. If there are certain curriculum companies you love, shop now. If you start looking now, join their email list, join their signups. Now is the time when most curriculum companies are either going to show you what's coming out in the fall or over the summer. They're going to start putting that out. They're going to have sales now over the next couple weeks. Now is the time to shop. If you have favorite companies, make sure you're on their email lists. I know like right now, Brave Writer is just putting out what new stuff is coming out next fall. They are doing, they have a big sale going on. Like I know The Good and the Beautiful will probably have another bigger sale come in the next couple of weeks as well. Learning House usually has a sale come July where they like, that's Canada's homeschool store. So like a lot of places are going to have sales. So I'm going to shop and I'm going to make sure that I have everything big purchased, because nothing is worse than like realizing you need one workbook and the shipping is like $45. But had you added it to another order, it would have been free. Like stuff like that. Now is the time to make sure that you've got what you need for the next couple of months at least, if not the whole school year. And if it's not on sale right now, I'm putting it in my basket and I'm waiting for a sale to come, because I don't pay full price for anything. Like there's no reason to. And yeah, so I'm shopping now. I'm getting ready. I'm like 90% done. I'm just waiting on Brave Writer. I literally have stuff in my cart just waiting for it to go on sale, and it will be any day. Next thing I'm doing is I'm gathering our books and novels. Like I said, because we've already decided and planned what novels I'm going to need, if I need any new reference books, I can pick those up now. And whether it is going through my like favorite used bookstore, if it's buying it from Amazon, I start looking for those now, because I don't, even if it's just like putting them on your wish list or like your reading list, like on the back end of your library account, doing that now saves you so much time and effort later, because it's there. You don't have to like search it. You just like, oh, click. So I'm getting those things lined up and organized so that I have them, so that when it comes to the fall, I'm not searching all over for them. Especially if you have like, I need an older book, or like it's something that I don't really want to pay full price for and I'm hoping it comes through the used bookstore. I have a little bit of time, so I can like wait for things to go on sale, wait for things to pop up, stuff like that. The next thing that I'm going to do now, which is super important, is I'm going to take inventory of what supplies we actually have in terms of school supplies. Because right now we're doing school consistently still 4 days a week. We're using pencils every day. We're using markers. We're using rulers and scissors. We're using that stuff right now. Over the summer, while we do school, we do it a little less frequently. Sometimes we like skip it because we're like off camping, like things like that come up, right? So we're not using those supplies as routinely. And so by taking stock of it now while we're using them on a regular basis, I can see what I need and what I don't need. For example, I don't need pencils this year. I have learned that. I have like 3 boxes of pencils because I keep buying pencils every school year. Homeschool kids don't really lose their pencils as often. You know what they lose all the time though? Scissors. Tape. Those are the things that are going on my list. Post-it notes. We go through a surprising amount of Post-it notes and Post-it flags, actually. So I'm going to be making a list, putting it in my phone, and then when it comes to be school supply shopping season in August, I have a list on my phone. The inventory is already done. I know what I need and what I don't need, and I know what we're using and what we're not using. So now, while we're in the thick of it, and I'm like, okay, what are we looking for all the time because they're out or they're dead, like are the highlighters are all dead? Putting it on the list. Stuff like that. Now's a great time to kind of take stock of what you need. The next thing that I'm doing is pre-registering for activities. I know, it's shocking. I don't fully understand why, well, I do. I'm a planner. I do understand. It just surprises me how early some things have their registration. Like we're registered for Girl Guides already. Have been for weeks because Girl Guide registration happened in like May. For the September troop. Like my kids are still going to Girl Guides and we're registered for another year. Which is fine. I know that happens for a lot of activities, but like getting that set now, great. Also, I go through and I like to like make note of when activities had registration dates for next year. So for example, our soccer league, which is community-based rec soccer, it is not a competitive thing, but it does open for registration January 31st. Why? it opens so early. I don't know. I'm sure it takes a lot of time, but it's shocking. And so like I have that marked down in my calendar, in my like planner or whatever. Pay attention for soccer, because I don't want to miss registration and not have my kids on a team. You know what I mean? So I'm either pre-registering now, or I'm making note of when registrations typically happen so that we're ready for next year and we don't miss out on our favorite events and activities. Other things that you can do that I probably will do like more so in August, just like kind of, because everyone has their thing, right? They have their routine of, and I do like to take like a solid week at the end of August and kind of like get myself into homeschool mode. It's just like Christmas, right? Like you have your flow of like how you like to do things when you're getting ready for Christmas to like mentally and emotionally prepare you. I have my like August flow of like what I want to do in August. And if I do it too early, I feel like I'm bored. And if I do it too late, I feel behind. So I have my little flow. So here are things that I will do in August, but you could do them now. You know what I mean? Like you could do them now and it's not a bad thing to do now. I just like, it's like part of my process. So, you could print your curriculum. I typically, we use Insta Ink in our house. So we have, an HP printer, and it has the Insta Ink program where we pay a monthly subscription, and we love it because they send us ink when our printer's starting to run low. I don't have to track that. I don't have to worry about it. And the other nice thing is I can lower and raise my subscription. Like it's instant. So for example, in August, I will up my subscription and pay more for the month and print everything that I need for like 4 or 5 months off. So I've even been crazy and done the whole year. Not gonna lie. I'll print it all off and then like put it in binders or whatever I need. And then I just lower my subscription back to like $5 a month. And that just covers, things that I need for my business. It covers things that I need, like when we have to print return labels for Amazon, because that's a big part of what we print in this house. I'm not gonna lie. But like, yeah, so you could go through and print a lot of the stuff now. And I kind of do like to print at least September to like the end of December, like whatever we need in terms of curriculum. I print it now because it's just like so much easier to like get into stuff when it's already ready instead of being like, oh yeah, I have to print that. And especially if you're like on it, we had an issue with our printer, which we've never had before. But the cartridge was defective, and like it happens. Like I don't blame Insta Ink. But I was out of ink, and the new cartridge they sent me was like broken. Like it was cracked. Like it wasn't letting ink out. So we had to like customer service, the ink thing is not working. No problem. They sent me a new one, but I discovered it as I was printing my new curriculum. And so like I couldn't print the kids' curriculum for like 4 days or 5 days while the new ink came. And that really put us like almost a full week behind on what we could have been doing because I didn't print it ahead of time. And that's my fault. Had I done that properly like I normally do, we wouldn't have had that problem. So you can print your stuff. The other thing that I do is I upload all of my parent manuals to my iPad. I have stopped printing parent manuals because there's like no reason for it. Even like when we do the good and the beautiful and there might be like the occasional activity that I need to print, like it's so much easier for me to be like, oh, I have to print this page today and just send it to my printer rather than printing the whole book. So I've stopped using parent manuals like in hard copy. Everything goes on my iPad or I leave it on my laptop and just use it as a digital copy. So yeah, I like to upload everything to my iPad and then we can use it wherever we are. So also saves me a lot of money because I'm not printing parent manuals for the Good and Beautiful. I'm not printing all of the Brave Writer handbook, like DART units. I'm not printing like any of that stuff. It's just I'm just printing the kids' actual workbooks. So saves me a fortune. The other thing that I will do is I will get my planner organized. And by planner, I mean like I'm going to put in all the stuff that goes into my planner because that's what we need to do. I'm going to put in like all the birthdays, put in all like the holidays, the school PD days, because you know I love my PD camps. I'll put like all that stuff in to my planner and take it like a day and just like get a vision for the year and like putting it all in to the planner just to get us on the right path. Like I said, I also like to go through and mark like school events. So, because it just gives you an idea of like what's happening in the world and the community around you, right? So like I like to know when the school lunch break is. My husband still teaches, but it does tell me like, okay, I'm not going to Science Center over March break because it's going to be wild. I'm not going to go, to different places and I'm not going to be surprised when this day is a PD day because I already know. Things like that is just kind of giving me an idea of like when schools are on, when schools are off, when they have their PD days, stuff like that. It just lets me know. So I like to put those in as well. And then come August, when things are actually on sale, because the best price for them is going to be in August, I'll do my back to school shopping. And like I said, having done this for multiple years, I used to do like a lot of big hauls because like when kids are little, you do need a lot more stuff. You need a lot more paints and markers and 3 kinds of glue and like all that. But like as I get older, I'm realizing we need less and less. Like we probably won't really, like I said, I need some Post-its and some highlighters, and that literally might be my entire back to school shopping list this year. So, but yeah, when it's time, I will go and do my back to school shopping, and I love it. It makes me very, very happy. It's like Christmas for me, but I think it's just like, we'll do it. I'll do it and I'll get all the stuff that I need. And I will stock up for the year because the prices of things are way cheaper in August than they will be any other time of the year. But I will actually be very specific this year, like very purposeful in what we purchase because my kids have a lot of supplies. They don't really need tons more. Yeah, that's everything that I'm going to do now so that we can have a really smooth sailing September. And I can also take a lot of the summer off in terms of like planning and just kind of like chill and enjoy the sun and the pool and the garden and the chickens and all the nice things that happen in summer and not have to worry about like, do I need to like spend my day figuring out what curriculum I am doing? No, I don't need to do that. It's gonna be done. I don't need to spend all day shopping online. I can just enjoy the summer and not be worried about what we need to do come September. I've already prepped for it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe and click the bell. If you're members, amazing. If you're not members, consider becoming one because you get early releases, you get little freebies, all kinds of cool stuff for members. You get extra videos too. And make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok so you can see all the cool things that we're doing on a regular basis. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next week.